Hey there folks, welcome to the tutorial for Billy Joel's Everybody Loves You Now. Now this is a rockin' song, and what I love most about it is that it was written back in like 1972, and Billy didn't have a nickel to his name and really didn't have much of a band behind him either. And so he had to figure out how to make a rocker with the piano because he wasn't sure if he'd even have a guitar player with him in the group. And so he came up with this thing, and it's like this. And it is fun. Now, the two hardest things with this are, one, muscle memory, and two, building the muscle in your hand and your wrist up enough to actually get through the whole thing. For me, the muscle memory part's over. I've got it so that I'll always be able to play it. It's, you know, the neurons, the neural connections are there, and my hands know what to do. But for me, if I haven't played it for a while, I just am letting you know this is one that your hand gets tired on. You'll have to work up to being able to do it for long periods of time. If your hand starts to get sore, if your wrist starts to get sore while you're playing it, please don't push it too hard. Give them a break, give them a rest, stretch them out a little bit like this, and put your hands down on the floor like this and stretch into them and give those wrists a chance to relax. Don't push it or else you're going to end up, you know, hurting yourself. But this is a fun song. I'm very much looking forward to showing it to you. The good news is, as complicated as it sounds, there's really not that much to the song, and there's only like 2 sections. So we will we'll learn them. I think maybe there's 3 sections. One of them's really easy because you're just strumming chords. So we will learn those, and then I'll do a wrap up and piece it all together for you so you can see where the song, how the song all fits together. Looking forward to it. I'll see you in the next section where we're going to look at the first section of the song. Okay, well, the basic building block of this song is this riff right here that is kind of thematic all the way through. Okay, so let's look at the left hand first because it's relatively simple what it's doing. It's just going dum 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 dum. We're in the key of C, by the way, but the left hand is just in octaves going dum 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 dum. And it'll be doing that most of the way through the song. Here's middle C. So what I want you to do, we're going to look at the intro. The intro to the song is just running through this little riff. Several times. Okay, so we're going to start in C. This is middle C. I want you to put your hand, your left hand, in octaves on C's below middle C like that. And just go dum, 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 dum. The introduction is so at most 8 times through. I think in the early days it actually he started singing as early as like after just 4 times through. So it'd be like, baby, all the lights turned on you. Now you're in the center of the stage. But I usually play through that 8 times, which is 1, 2, it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4. So 8 measures basically of 4 counts. So that's all you're doing in the left hand is dum 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 dum. Here's where all of the excitement is in the right hand. So what you need to do is you need to form a C chord, and the second inversion is what we call it here, with G on the bottom, G, C, and E. You're going to need to, fingering is very important on this one. You're going to need to be on your thumb on G, index on C, and I believe you're going to need to put your ring finger, your fourth finger, on E, okay? Okay, this is what it looks like, and then I'll go through the mechanics of what it is. Okay, so let's break that riff down. It starts by playing C and E together like this, and then hinging down on your thumb to a G. So it's here, ba da, ba da, ba da da. So chord G, C, and then you have A and F. So you're playing part of an F chord, F and A together like that with your thumb and pinky. Ba da da da. Ba da da. F and A. Then to C. Then down to A. And then you're going to play like an F and C together. So watch this really slow. Okay, ba da 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 da. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay. And then that's your final note. Is after you've hit here, you come back down on an A. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And so you're playing on every eighth note, and it looks like this really slow. Even slower. And remember, you need to accent a little bit on the first note. 1, bum, and then accent here. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, bum. Okay, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, bum. So there's 3 accents here. First count, 1 and 2. Accent here, bottom, accent here again. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da. Okay, now when you put the left hand underneath it, watch what happens. Excuse me. Okay, a little bit slower even. Okay, and when you get it, and I'm going to do this without being a contortionist with my hands now. the basic building block of this entire song. So now that we've got that, I think you should just work on getting your hand to do that, because then the rest of the song kind of follows the same pattern with different notes. So we'll do the verses in a different section, but for right now, just focus on going. And then pick up the pace. And there you go. That is the intro to the song. I'll do the intro exactly the same number of times, by the way. It looks like it's this. I'll do it slow, but I'll do it for the exact number of measures. It's 8 measures. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's all the farther that you have to go. You get that down, the rest of the song will fall into place pretty easy for you. So I'll see you in the next section where we're going to go into what to do when you actually come into the singing. And he says, "Baby, all the lights turned on you. Now you're in the center of the stage." Okay, so I'll see you in the next section. Okay, we're going to take a look at the verse. Good news is you've already learned the first 2 measures of the verse because you've learned how to go. Or just this part. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to play the pattern that we learned for the intro twice. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Now we go to a D minor 7th chord, okay? You're in D's in the left hand, like so. You're going to have your thumb on A, middle C, D, and F, like so, okay? So the pattern is you play these 2 notes here, D and F, hinge down to your thumb on A, ba-da, and then you toggle in between with your index finger on C, so it's like this, ba-da-da, ba-da-da, okay? Now, the tricky thing is, you come down, you move your pinky from F to G, but you keep your middle finger on D, so you were here, okay? Okay, then you're back down to A, C, ba da 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 da, ba da 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 da. Okay, so you just go through that pattern. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and okay. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and see? The left hand in context, you were going here, you went. Excuse me about that. I always screw that up when I'm playing slow. See? Okay, so you may have to learn these independent of each other, because I think the left hand is harder to fit into the mix when you're playing it slow than it is when I'm playing it fast. This hand eventually goes into autopilot going fast because it's just following a pattern, and I think it's actually easier, but they do fit together. Okay, the next section we go to an F chord with an added ninth. And what you're doing is you're in octave Fs down here, and you play a F and C together like so. Ba. And then your thumb toggles down to a G, and this is the pattern you're going to go in. G, G, A, C. So F and C, G, A, C, and then this chord again. And then right back to this. So it's like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so we were here. So see how just okay. That's the tricky part, is the transitions between these, but your hand will eventually do it. Just work on each individual lick, and then the transitions will start to come naturally because you'll know where you're going. But again, from the beginning through that part, from the beginning of the verse through that section, it's like this. Now we're back to so you have this twice, then this, then this, then back to this twice, now this again twice, then this again, then this again. So see, we've already learned a good portion of the verse. The hard part is basically done. So watch this play out in context all the way to the end and right up to the point where it would go, you can always have your way somehow. Okay? So I'm going to get you to that point. Watch how it goes. We come off the intro, which is like, and we go, baby, all the lights are turned on you. break. I'm convinced that he did it this way because he needed to give his wrist a break before it exploded on him. Your bass line is simply to go A, G, F, D, G. If I had a D down here, my lowest note on this 76 key keyboard is an E, but if I had a D, I'd play it down here. So I tend to just go octave, 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 and then I just play that note by itself because I'm on 76 keys rather than going. That's kind of a unnecessary jump. But if I had a D down here on that side, I'd play it there. Just A, G, F, D, G. Then F, G. Then you're back to C. F, F, G, G, C. Okay? So A, G, F, D, G. That's what you need to be focused on. Very important run. Then G, 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 F, F, G, G, C. Because what happens is when you get here, you got to start your pace back up. Dum, bum, bum, F, F, G, G, C. Okay? A, G, F, D, G, 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 F, F, G, G, C. Okay? You're going to form a D minor chord up here, basically, and just play a D minor chord in concert with all of these notes like this. See? A, G, F, D, G. And then I'm going to show you how to go. Okay? Okay? So that's where we're going to be at. But you just form a D minor chord and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now, here, when you get to the G, what you have to do is you put your, I think your middle finger and your pinky finger down on a B and a D. There's your middle C, so you're right here, and it goes like this. Okay. So you're going to be playing, every time you come up and play a B, you're going to play it with a D like that. Ba, G, A chord, A, G. So, G, A chord, B, da, ba, da, 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 da. And then it's chord, G, A, chord, da, da. Does that make sense? Not that I can hear you say yes or no, I apologize. I'm even going to zoom in just a little bit on this. Now it's very important, this is not count one that you come in on, okay? Because you've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 1. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, da, 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 da. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 2. So it's actually count 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Da 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 da. So you were here. Back it out again so you can see both hands working at the same time here. Excuse me, I let off the pedal and it sounded ridiculous. A little slower. Okay, and from there we go into this little guy again. Okay, so it's your left hand just goes F, F, G, G, C, F, F, G, G, C, and over the top of it you've got this F chord and then an F over a G, and then you're back into your that thing. But so what happens is we come out of this. Does that look familiar? You had to learn how to do that before. Here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Excuse me there, it's just so let me play. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit so you can see mostly my right hand, but you'll be able to see the thumb of my left hand most of the time, so you can kind of see how that fits in. But I'm gonna play through the entire verse in slow motion with it zoomed in a little bit on my right hand, because that's where all this action's happening. So we come in. Now I'm going to go even slower. Okay? And that's the verse. That's the hard part. When you conquer that, you've conquered almost the entire song. tell you, I'm not that smooth playing it at full tempo right now because I haven't really been playing it much. I worked on it for weeks before I actually did my YouTube performance of it. So my hands, my chops kind of got back up to where they needed to be. But right now, I don't play it in gigs much. No one's ever heard the song except for Billy Joel fanatics, and I don't do a Billy Joel tribute, at least yet. So I never play this song. So I'll tell you what, it's work playing it at full tempo. But any one of us can do it. It just requires constant attention for a little while, and then your muscles all of a sudden will get used to it. So, all right, I'll see you in the next section, and we're going to teach you the only other part of the song that has anything all that difficult that goes, oh, they all want your white body. Okay, so I'll see you there. Okay, well, now we're going to take a look at this section where they go, oh, they all want your white body. And they await your reply. Okay, now this is simpler in some ways and trickier in others. We're going to start on a B flat chord. Your left hand is just going to be on B flats, and it is going to go, sorry, I'm just straightening out my camera angle just a smidge. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, it's going to go B flat, A, C, 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 C. So listen to that pattern. I'm going to put a metronome on here. That's too fast. Let me get a tempo here that we can work with, because I think that it's very important to understand rhythmically where we're going with this. Okay, turn that up so you can hear it. Okay, so we're here. That ought to do. Let me get back up to the right sound here. So what we're looking for, listen to this left hand. 2, 3, 4. Bum, 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 bum. Let me turn that tempo down a little bit, and I'll slow it down for you a smidge as well, because that can be a little bit tricky. It's pretty syncopated. But I know you can do it. I wouldn't be teaching it if I didn't think you could. 3, so it's bim, bum, bum, bum. Okay, so that's the first thing that's going on. In the right hand, you're just going to comp on this B flat chord here. So B flat, D, and F, and it's just then an F chord. So you're here, bum, 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 bum. A, C, and F is your second chord there. Bum, 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 C. And then what happens is you use this G as a little pickup note. Bum, 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 ba bum, bum, ba bum, 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 ba bum, bum, bum. Then it's an F chord here. Ba bum, bum, ba bum, 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 ba bum, ba bum, bum, ba bum, bum, bum. Let me put the metronome on here. this F chord, A, C, and F, and then back to your C, okay? When you put the two together, watch what happens. Now, frankly, I don't think it's easy to learn that one hand at a time. I think you're better off to try and feel it, even if you have to clap it on your okay. Okay, I'm gonna turn this metronome speed down even farther. I think that if you can get your hands to do that, that's the most helpful thing. So it's like this. Okay. Bum dum ba 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 ba. Bum bum ba 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 ba. Okay. So I would practice it hands together and try and get that down together, because I think you can learn. It's important to know what both hands are doing, but to this day I can't think about what the left hand is doing and what the right hand is doing, because it's neither one of those sounds right anyway. It's the combination of the two that's making this work. So it's let me play it real slow. So it's and then you can speed it up, and when you're playing it at full tempo, it's like this. Okay, so the best thing you can do is I do think it can help to practice clapping it. Now, if I think of a cool, like, you know, if I can think of some cool, like, word or something that you can put in here that helps make that make sense, then I'll post a freebie video and send it out to all of you. It's a tricky thing. I'm not even sure, to be honest with you, how I just eventually... Billy does a lot of that kind of stuff. He does a lot of... You know, I go to extremes as a lot of that stuff, you know. A lot of da-da and da-da and da-da and da-da and da-da, da-da and da-da and da-da and da-da and da-da-da. So there's a lot of that going on in Billy Joel's music, and this is where it all started. So, again... so where you're going after that part then is dun da dun da dun da 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 da. You play through it twice like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it's just simply a C chord, G chord over a B bass, bum, 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 A minor, B. So it's C, C, B, B, A, G, G, F, sharp, F, dum, da, dum, da, dum, da, dum, da, da, da. Okay, and up here you're just playing quarter notes on a C chord, then a G chord, then an A minor chord, then a C chord. Then you're going to play an A minor chord over this F sharp. It creates what we call an F sharp half diminished seventh. And then you're going to play what is essentially an F minor chord with a major seventh in it. So up here you're going to play an A flat augmented, A flat, C, and E with an F bass. So all together, this section looks like this. I'm going to do it slow. Oh, they all want your white body, and they await your reply. All but between you and me and the Staten Island ferry. So do I. Okay, one more time. There you go. That's the section. All right. And then there's only one other thing we have to learn. I'll do that in the next section. Then we'll be ready for a wrap up. All right. All we have to do now is we have to learn. There's one verse where Billy goes, and it's pretty simple. He just strums chords. It's dun 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 dun. So the good news is there isn't anything in there that's either hard or that we haven't already taught. So basically on that verse where he strips things down, you just play a C chord here like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, then a D minor 7 here. So G, C, and E, then a D minor 7, A, C, D, and F. Then an F chord with a G in it. F with an added ninth is what that's called. Da-dum, da-da-da. If you want to, you can throw that little frill in, which is bum, ba, bum. So you're here, and then you just go to an F chord, bum, ba, bum, bum. And then you see how I fit just my thumb on just this C in your bum to ba da ba 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 da 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 ba da da. Because at full speed it comes off like this. See, ba da da da, ba da da. So ba da da da, ba da da da. So you just start going bum dun 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 dun. Stay at home when you don't want to go. Speak to those who. Then you're back to a C chord, then a D minor again, like that. Da dun 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 dun. Then, if you want to, you can do the same thing. You don't have to. You can just stay at home when you don't want to go. But at the very least, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're ready to just go ba dun dun dun. Which is exactly how you would finish a verse if we'd been playing the. Okay, so there's nothing new there. So once again, it's just. And again, on that second time through, you don't have to do anything fancy. You can just be. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bum, 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 bum. But you want a pickup note into the ba dum bum 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 ba da ba dum dum da ba dum ba da ba da ba da ba. Okay, so that's it. That's the last section of the song. We're going to do a wrap up next, and I'm going to string all the little things that we've learned together and show you how the song fits together. I'll see you there. Okay, well now we're going to do a quick wrap up of the song. We've learned all the sections, so here's how it fits together. We start out with the intro. First verse comes in, baby, all the lights are turned on you. Now you're in the center of the stage. Everything revolves on what you do. You know, whatever they are. You are in your prime, you've come of age. Bum, 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 ba da da ba da dum, da 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 ba da 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 da. Now we're back into another verse. Okay, first bridge comes here. Last verse. This is what you wanted, ain't you proud? Okay. Now this is the only other variation in the whole song. As you get to that last verse, you're going to hold this. Normally we were going, but now we're going to actually hold everything twice as long. So we stay on F, now G. So see how instead of it's now G. So you just do 2 F's and 2 G's. So that's the only difference. It doesn't change the pattern or anything. And then it's at the end, everybody loves you now. On that last time, you want to actually hit G, C instead of C, C. So this is what you wanted, ain't you proud? 'Cause everybody loves you now. And that's the song. So the form is 2 verses, there's an intro and then 2 verses with the rhythm, then a bridge, okay, then 1 verse with the rhythm, and 1 verse stripped down, then another bridge, and then 1 verse with the rhythm, and you end with that elongated, everybody loves you. See? Bum, bum, G, C, okay? So there you go. That's the song. I hope that you've enjoyed this as much as I've enjoyed teaching it. Learning this was a real fun journey for me. I actually struggled with it. I couldn't quite figure out what in the world he was doing. The sheet music, of course, doesn't teach you this correctly. And I just could not for the life of me figure out what was going on. For a while, I was either leaving out a rhythm by going like this, which is what the sheet music has you do, or I was playing all the rhythm but I wasn't playing the chords needed, and I was going, and it was honestly just this year, 2011, that I'm filming this. A few months ago from this moment in time. I'm filming it on December 3rd, 2011. I discovered it. You know, I've been working on it since I was 16 years old, and I'm 34 now. So I got to tell you, I'm still surprised. Billy Joel's music still has surprises for me and things that I can learn in it. And it was a wonderful moment for me. I called my wife into the room and I said, something I've been going after now for like 18 years of my life, almost 20 years of my life, I just figured out. So it's a thrill to me to be able to pass it on to you so it doesn't have to take you 20 years to figure it out. It's not easy, but honestly, it'll come together pretty quickly. If you just keep practicing, the muscle memory will come along. And when the muscle memory is there, and then the stamina, the endurance to actually play it, all the way through. You have to build up to. Like I said, I don't have very good endurance for it right now because I don't play it much. Not that I don't love the song, I just don't have to play it for gigs, and so I don't find myself playing it a lot, so my wrists and my fingers get tired, so I'm not doing it real smooth all the way through at full tempo. But if I practiced it diligently for a week or two, it'd be real smooth as silk. So anyway, thanks so much. I appreciate everything you've done to support my business, and mostly I appreciate what you're doing for yourself to better yourself. And to keep learning, because that's what this is all about. I'll see you on the next one, and remember, as always, if you're not having fun when you're making music, gang, you're doing it wrong. Thanks. I'll talk to you later. Come by the blog and say hi. I appreciate it.